Well, voting is very important because it gives individuals an opportunity to make choices of what kind of South Africa they want to have. They are given an opportunity to choose who is going to be their leader and who is going to form policy that is going to affect them, whether they vote or not. So if they want to make a contribution to ensure that they have a better South Africa, then they must vote. Well, I must say to you that they will be irresponsible if they don't vote. Many young people obviously are looking forward to a bright future, and they must decide for themselves what kind of future they are going to have, and they must decide to choose their own future. Because if they don't vote, then the old people who are seeing things different from them might choose something they don't like. So it's important that young people must say, this is what we want, and we're going to vote ourselves to make sure that the country that we're going to lead, because as young people, they are future leaders. We want to lead a country that will already having a platform or a foundation that we as young people want. Definitely, there are many young people who are smart, many young people who are looking forward to a better future. Many young people are saying, many of our parents, we are not happy with their decisions. We want to prove that with the education that we have, a better education that is not based on apartheid policies that was meant to keep the darkies, stupid or uninformed. But now they have a better education. So they can say, well, what our parents have done based on their education that was limited, we are going to ensure that we have a better future because we have a better education. We believe the elections in 2014 will be the make or break for South Africa. We have high unemployment. And if young people do not vote, then the unemployment among them might continue. They need to say, we have seen what this government has done. If they are not producing jobs, then let's look for another government. Let's vote for another party that will be a government that will provide us with jobs. So unemployment is a major, major challenge for young people. So if they don't vote, they are saying, let the status quo continue. But if they want to see change, then they must vote in 2014. My father told me about the importance of choice. He would give us money, wanting to see how we're going to spend the money. Obviously, there were young people who were after the label all the time. They wanted to look expensive. But my father would say, spending money on label that will not help you be a better person is not going to help you at all. Look at people who are successful and find out what they have done to be successful and try to be close to people who are successful. Now, coming from a family that loves soccer, my father would say, who do you want to play like? And obviously, after I would identify a soccer player such as Kaizer Motaung, he was my favorite player those days. He would say, try to be near him. Watch him, how he walks, how he smiles, how he talks, And when you make decisions, try to find out what kind of decisions he makes so that you can also make similar decisions. And that might ultimately cause you to be like him when you grow up. So my father instilled discipline in me and said, do not decide or do not choose to be like everybody else. Those who follow the mob, those who follow, used to say mob psychology, what the majority ones who are like dead fish, because dead fish would always follow the stream. But my father used to say, be like living fish. Living fish can go against the stream. And so I'm glad that even today, that before I make a choice, and I want to advise young people, don't vote for anybody because everybody votes for them. Look at what they're standing for. Look at what they're saying and ask yourself the question, is this really what I want? And if you don't want that, say, I'm a man. I'm going to stand for my convictions. Even if I'm the only person, I'll stand for what I believe. So when you vote, young people, don't look at what the majority is saying. Don't look at what the majority is voting. Be like a living fish that can go against the stream. You are not dead. You are bright. You are sharp. And that's why I believe that you can contribute to make South Africa a definitely winning country. So go and vote next year, 2014. One of the most important things I've learned in politics has been from the first president, Mr. Mandela. Mr. Mandela had regard for people of influence, for important people, and even for those who were not regarded as important. Mr. Mandela used to consult all political leaders. During his term, I was with my colleague, we were only 2 members of the ACDP. But do you know Mr. Mandela would call even this man who was leading a 2-man party in parliament and would say, your view is important. So one of the most important things I've learned from him is to respect the views and the opinions of other people. I remember one day Mr. Mandela trying to teach his comrades who were a bit arrogant because of their numbers. He would say, remember that a small party today will one day become a majority party. I have really appreciated that, and I've learned to learn and to respect the opinions of other people and to know that everybody has a contribution to make. And this is one important lesson I've learned from Mr. Mandela. Everybody has a contribution to make, and that's why all young people must never think my vote is not important. Every vote is important. Every person is valuable. Ho na le ntho e ke ithutileng ho Ntate Mandela e bohlokwa haholoholo. Ntate Mandela o nthutile re sa le parlamenteng e sentse le mo president wa naha gore motho o mongwe le o mongwe o bohlokwa. E ka ba motho o moholo, e ka ba motho o monyane. O se ko a nyatsa motho hobaneng e le motho a hlokang, hobane e le motho a senang letho, hobane e se motho a senang maemo a wena o nang le ona. O ne a re ha bolela le bao a ba etetseng pele a re no, party e lo reng ka jeno ke party e nyane, letsatsi le tlo fitla mo e tlo hola ya ba party e kgolo. Ka mo ho bohlokwa hore ha o bua le batho o bue le bona o ba bontsha hore o na le hlompho, o ya ba hlompha hobane ba na le dikelello le bona, mme dikelello tsa bona le di sa tshwanetse hao le tsona di bohlokwa. Ke ka moo ke bonang hore bana beso le wena o le motho o tlo kgethang selemong se tlang, o tlo votang selemong se tlang. Tseba hore vote ya hao e bohlokwa haholoholo. Le wena o ka sebedisa vote ya hao go thusa naha ya Afrika Borwa hore mo re yang moteng mo sa rateng wena o re tjhe ha ke rate ka tseleo re yang ka yona o tsela e re tsamayang ka yona ke batla go fetola maemo a rona, ke batla go fetola mo re lebileng teng. Ka vote ya hao o kgona go fetola mo South Africa e ka ya teng. Jo ngwaneso tsamaya o vota selemong se tlang sa 2014 hobane o motho o bohlokwa wena ka bo wena, mme le vote ya hao e bohlokwa haholo. O ka etsa hore South Africa e be engwe ya dinaha tse bohlokwa haholoholo tse atlehileng haholoholo ka vote ya hao. Tsamaya o vota 2014. Jwale ka letse ba baneso bana beso re na le bothata ba ho hlaka mesebetsi haholoholo ho bana ba batho ba batjha. Batho ba batjha le tlamehile le kgethe go latela seo diphati kaofela di se bolelang. Shebang diphati kaofela tse di reng kgetheng di rotloetsaeng ka taba ena ya ho hloka mesebetsi. Nna ke dumela hore ha re ka sebedisana sa mathomo, sa bobedi ra lwantsha bosenyi bo boetsang hore bana ba beeletsang ba tshabe go beeletsa, re ka thusa gore mesebetsi yona e ke e oketsehe e be teng. Sa boraro ke re bana beso a re yeng sekolong ro ithuta hobane ha re na le thuto, ha re na le di-skills, re kgona gore bao ba batlang go hira basebetsi ba hire rona hobane ba tseba re na le bokgoni, re na le di-skills and re batho ba sebetsang ka thata. Re tlamehile re sebetse ka thata, re se ke ra batla fela dintho tse fiwang fela ka matsoho tsa mahala. Dintho tsa mahala bana beso ga di re thuse, di ka se re ahele bokamoso ba rona. A re sebetseng haholoholo hobane batho bao ba na le bokgoni ba dikgwebo, ba na le bokgoni ba ka hira ba bangwe, ba shebile batho bao ba kgonang go sebetsa le batho ba nang le di-skills. Ke ka mo re ngwaneso ya sekolong o ithute gore le wena o bane le di-skills, o bane le bokgoni gore ha go batlega batho ba tlo sebetsang le wena ba ka nnete ba go kgetha hobane batho ba hlokea ba nang le bokgoni. Ithute gore le wena o bane le bokgoni. Like most South Africans, we have been hoping and we have been praying for Tata Madiba to be healed, to be strong, and to recover speedily. To all South Africans, let's continue keeping him in our prayers. Grateful for what he has done for our country. As you know, he has laid the foundation of reconciliation and nation building. We are what we are today because of his unselfish contribution. Tata Madiba, we wish you well. Tata Madiba, may you recover speedily. Go Ntate Mandela o re mo ratang haholo, o re mo hlompang haholo. Thapelo ya rona gore Modimo a mo ame, a mo fodise. O re tshebeleditse haholo, o re tshebeleditse ka bokgabane. Tsatsing la kajeno re na le Afrika Borwa e ntjha eo a re rutileng gore batho re tlamehile re boellane go bane le reconciliation. Re age naga ya rona gore e be naga e tla atlehang go feta naga tse ngata mo lefatsheng. O re rutile gore re hlomphe batho ba bang. Ke ka moo re ratang gore bao re mo tshegetsang ba re ratang Ntate Mandela re se kry-a lebala seo a ne a se emetse, seo a ne a se ruta, mme le rona re tswele pele ka sona. Tabeng ya go aga setšhaba le taba ya go boelana, taba re sebedisane ka thata, re sebedisane mmogo gore age Afrika Borwa e ntle.